Yo, I ain't here for the money, I ain't here for the fame. Though it might be nice to own a jet plane, I'ma do it all for you, come along and see it's true.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning everyone. Before I explain media learning today, I want to introduce myself. My name is Zulfa NIngsih and I'm from student STKP PGRI Banjarmasin. And let's start our lesson today about the media learning chalkboard. Okay, chalkboard is the oldest and most widely used media in teaching classes. All is known as blackboard because it is made of black slate. Now the writing board is used as an integrated part of modern class that is well. No one who is born directly is able to use is better, which is greater for the effectiveness of specialized knowledge. Teaching is almost used in class, but also in labor, on health trip, and almost every other teaching uses a blackboard. Even for an announcement, people use the blackboard. The blackboard can be used to introduce a lesson, new materials, and to conclude a lesson key points. Tool is suitable for individual and small group use. It can be used with teacher and students. Although this tool is generally good to use if combined with other teaching techniques, it can also be learned especially to deliver lessons. Why we use chalkboard? Whether their shape or size, chalkboards are very much taken for granted in classrooms, and in many cases, sadly under adult size. Yet no other teaching device can match on chalkboard in terms of cheapness, versatility, and usefulness. Although most teachers do use the chalkboard to introduce no vocabulary or write of grammar exercise or tests, it is in the very areas where it would be most useful. Teaching structure, prompting drills, explaining difficult areas of the language, recapitulating language and taught earlier. And first, legible handwriting is most important. The student can see and understand what the teacher has written, and acceptable style is a form of joint script which has no unnecessary loops and folds. This is suitable for all levels in secondary school and our levels in primary school, but with lower primary students, the teacher should develop a clear, simple form of printing. Whether writing or painting, legibility of the letter depends on the size, the techniques of the lines, and the contrast against the chalkboard. Generally, is a best to print to the body of small letter a minimum of 3 cm, head with capital letters, and the remaining part of small letters to 5 cm. It's also advisable to leave at least 3 cm between lines of writing or printing. It is also important that the teacher write a print horizontal line. And number 2, organization of the chalkboard. Most teachers concentrate on the center of the board and rarely use the sides, top and bottom addedly. The teacher should sections of his chalkboard so that it's easy to maximum. One section, left or right, could be left for permanent work like the dot. And you can see for the dot, as you can take in the right Monday, and that is 25, and the month is 12, and 2018. And the first, and this is if you change a day or that you can is remove. Subject headings exercise. A second section could be used for plain work, which needs to be neat and usually prefer and advice of the lesson ideas by using chalkboard. In the ESL and EFL classroom, the chalkboard should be used in isolated simple sketch rather than elaborate composite. Picture the idea below illustrate the point. And the number 3 is drawing on the chalkboard, the skill of the teachers. The skill of drawing chalkboard is essential for ESL teacher, especially if you're teaching beginners or doing remedial teaching. Chalkboard drawing can be cultivated by any teacher. Teachers do not need to be great indeed. This can be disadvantage as too much time is spent on getting the drawing right and not enough on the important job of using the drawing. To teach, pictures should always be simple and visit magic figures and outlines are adequate. Are not overcritical of a teacher attempts to draw, and they do enjoy testing the teacher's skills evolving before their eyes. Matchstick figures are the easiest figures to draw. With practice and by keeping 2 points in mind, the teacher can usually draw the matchstick figures. The first point to remember is that the lines for the body, legs, and arms shall be equal length, while the knee and elbow joints are midway along these lengths. Secondly, when drawing moving figures, the knee joints about always hem forward, while the elbow joints bend backwards. The amount of inclination of the body will indicate the speed at which a figure moving. Always join the line, the main body, and avoid adding fancy hips, shoulder, necks, and hands. If identifying fixing is or required as a simple skirt or hat, a bird or her. Add short lines for noses to indicate the direction in which a figure is looking if not already obvious. A visual set the positioning of the person's limbs as have performs a particular action and transpose this close to your figure. And you need the chalkboard. And this is a chalkboard. This is, and you read with the chalk. This is a day, Monday, and this is that, and this month, and this year. And then this is a chalk. If you have a wrong in your right, you can erase. You can remove with this eraser, like this. Yes, you can do it. Yeah. Very easy. Many teachers use this media learning in the class, and until now. Okay, this is then my explanation about media learning chalkboard. Thank you very much for your attention, and I'm sorry have any wrong in my words. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.